comments asking for a more detailed tutorial on how to make these Pipecleaner Lily of the Valleys. I made a couple videos ago, and because I don't gatekeep and I am one for the people, I shall deliver to the masses. Your wish is my command. You first want to take 2 pipe cleaners and fasten them together like this, so you have an extended wire basically. And now you want to wrap it around something. So I'm going to use my cutter knife to wrap it, but as a substitution, if you don't have a cutter knife, I say 2 pens together would work just as well. So I'm going to take my cutter knife. I'm just going to wrap the pipe cleaner around 6 times. And I like to have the part that I fastened at the bottom so that it doesn't show up later on in the flower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 times like this. I want to twist it at the bottom here. I do twice. Take it out and then take whatever end, loop it around, and then twist it again. So you have something like this. Okay, now you want to push it down 90 degrees like this. And then you want to separate out the petals. I'm just gonna take one petal and then squish it like this. Take another petal, squish it, and keep squishing them till they are spread out. So now you have, oh my god. So now you should have something kind of like this, where you have 6 little petals. Don't worry if it's a little uneven. As you can tell, it's a little lopsided in a slight bit, but that's okay because we're wrapping it up, so you can't really notice it, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm gonna take your scissors. I want to cut the ends to make a point. Like this. And then I just squish it so that it makes a proper point. I'm just gonna trim it a little bit more. And then you want to repeat this with the other 5 petals. Like so. Now, basically you want to take your pointer and wrap the petal around your pointer like this. And repeat with the other 5 petals until you get this shape. You want to take the ends and then push it upwards. So now that the point is pointing this way instead now. So instead of it curving like this, it's now curving. Oh my god, that's not a great example. Okay, like this is your point, and now you bend it so it's curving like this. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Point, and then you bend it so that it's flat, and then pointing the opposite direction. And then now you want to repeat it with the other petals, like so. And then you basically want each side to be touching each other, right? Like this is not how a lily of the valley looks like. So what I do is I just push each petal inwards until each side of the petal touches each other, like this. And now you want to wrap the stem with flower tape. My favorite. Just as I was praising it. Just wrapping the stem. Remember to give your flower tape a little bit of a stretch so that it sticks better. That is how you make one of the lilies. Now you want to make 4 more of these. Here are mine. Now you want the center of each lily. How do we do that? I take a yellow pipe cleaner. Ignore how short it is. This is a scrap from way back when. Perfect time to use it now so I can use up this wire. And then I measure it by putting it inside the lily. I'm just gonna take my cutter and just cut it right there. Now you have this little guy to go in your lily, and then repeat for the other 4. I'm just gonna use the one that I already cut as reference for the rest of them. Like so. Now for the final part, the leaves. So the leaves are exactly like how you make the leaves for the tulips. So you just bend 2 wires, put them together, twist at the top twice, push it down, make sure it's leveled, and also make a point at the end, and take one of the inside pipe cleaners and then wrap it around. Readjust and then curve your leaf. That was perfect. And that is 1 leaf, but you need 2 for each flower. Not flower, like the stem. You know what I'm talking about. We need the other one. Boom. Now we are ready to assemble our lily of the valley. Don't forget to turn on your glue gun. And hopefully your glue gun actually chooses to stand, unlike mine. Take your yellow center part, add a little bit of glue to it, and then put it in the center of your lily, like this. The yellow part is a little too tall, so I'm just gonna trim it a little bit. There we go. Now you can't see it. But if you turn it around, you can see it. And then you do the same for the other 4. Like this. Now we're ready to put these on the stem. You can turn off your glue gun now because that was the only step that needed the glue gun. Now we're going to use our trusty dusty flower tape. Typically, I start taping downwards first and then move up. Take your first flower. I'm just going to wrap halfway of the stem like this so that there's room for when we bend the flower. Okay, now we move downwards. Now you want to bend your flower like this. Now it's really up to preference on how spaced out you want your flowers to be, but you want them spaced out enough that you have enough room for the leaves at the bottom. So I'm just gonna curl this one. Yeah, that seems good. We're just gonna tape that one on and then make sure they're facing the same way. Now you want to repeat the same steps for the other 3 petals. This is where we're at right now, and now we just need to add the leaves. This is where we're at right now, and now we just need to add the leaves. Don't forget to stretch your flower tape along the way. Just wrap your flower tape around your leaf. I basically do it 1 to 2 times, and then I add the other one. Once you reach the end, make sure you twist the end really well so that the tape doesn't get undone. It typically gets undone. So you really wanna, oh my god, not bring your hair into it, but twist it. Voila, you got yourself a lily of the valley. And now this lily of the valley has another sister. So cute. I offer you this lily of the valley.